All right, so I was doing some shopping the other day. Picked these up directly in store. I was actually not there to pick these up. I was there to get my wife a pair of waterproof shoes. And crazy enough, they had these just sitting there at the register. I was like, "Do you have those in like a 9.5?" And they're like, "Yeah." Hold on one second. And then I looked, and they had stacks and stacks of them. It was crazy. So any which way, we have the Air Jordan 11. This is the white Legend Blue colorway, obviously known as the Columbia as well. They changed the name to Legend Blue, probably for specific legal reasons. Air Jordan on the box, Nike Air on the side, and interesting pattern paper. So this is like the carbon fiber pattern for the paper. I don't remember that being a thing from the past, but I'm getting older. I can't remember every release year over year anyway. But I have had these before. I'm getting so old, I don't even honestly remember how many different retros of these they had. I should have looked it up online on the computer before I started the video. But I just wanted to give you guys kind of a look at the shoes and just give you guys kind of my thoughts on the release, because I feels like this is one that came and went. Honestly, I didn't even try for them when they hit sneakers. How many, leave a comment, or are you one of those people as well that have been collecting for a while, or maybe you're just new, but this is a pair that you just decided to pass on. It's just one that you decided, nah, I'm good on the 11s, even though this is like an OG colorway, even though this is like the Air Jordan 11 holiday edition sort of thing. You know, we just had Thanksgiving, we just had the black cement threes. I picked up those ones. Quality was an issue on those ones. Like, I had two different elephant prints on mine. But any which way, I was like passing on these. I was like, nah, I'm good. Holiday, not going to get me this year. I always get the holiday Air Jordan 11 from back in the day, from the Space Jams, the very first one. What was that, like 2009 or something? It was been a long time. Any which way, I was dead set on like, nah, I'm good. Whenever that one drops, I'm good on it. Missed the sneakers drop. Didn't even try for the early one. Walk in the store, they had him sitting in my size. It's like fate, right? So I'm like, I mean, it's like an OG colorway. It is a good colorway, but I do feel like this is like the general vibe that a lot of people had with the mass saturation of Jordans and stuff in sneakers right now. Anyway, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have that same sort of mentality of like, nah, I'm good on them this year. But then I was thinking a little deeper. I'm like, there's a lot of people out there as well that this is their first Air Jordan 11 Columbia pair that they've never, they never had the previous retros. They maybe struck out on them. They maybe couldn't afford them. They were maybe too young or whatever it might have been. So this is maybe a first chance for those people to get these shoes. And it is kind of an iconic pair as well, even though it's not like, the top tier in my opinion. Like, if you're gonna tier rank the Air Jordan 11s, these are not in the top section for myself personally. I'm a fan of the Bread 11s and the Concords way before these. But for those people that definitely wanted these back in the day, like, this is the opportunity. So obviously you can't be mad at people actually wanting to experience the joys of having a pair for the very first time. That being said, the retro looks pretty good, but I actually had an original pair of Air Jordan 11 Columbias that I sold on Whatnot this last year. I wish I had them to compare them now to these ones, but it is what it is. These look pretty nice. I'm assuming these are very true to the original. The high cut patent leather is always weird to me. I like that retro era when the patent leather cut was a little bit lower. Personally, I thought it looked a little bit better, but I mean, you have this crazy white patent leather all over the shoe. And the panels on each side of the shoe are not actually ballistic nylon, it is leather. The tongue is, though, that like traditional ballistic nylon. And that's the way the original ones were as well, which is a little bit different than, say, the the Concords and the Breads. Now, I will say the quality of the material is kind of terrible. This doesn't look like real leather on the side panels of the shoe. This actually looks like synthetic leather. And then obviously you have the patent leather around, but it's a very thin cut of material. So overall, you have like an official release of the Air Jordan 11 Columbia colorway, Legend Blue or whatever. But my dogs are seriously playing right now as they're fighting as I'm recording, as usual. Which is why I'm recording downstairs. Sometimes I'll go upstairs. Maybe I should have gone upstairs this time. Anyway. It is kind of a conversation point because you have like, it's basically like a replica of the Air Jordan 11. I know I hate to use the word replica in this community because obviously sneaker replicas are a totally different thing. This is an official pair Jordan brand released replicating the, the Columbia colorway. The problem is the materials are so terrible. The leather quality is so terrible. And it's like, I think that's what I have the most issues with is the fact that this is such an expensive pair at $230 or whatever it was retail. And they use butt materials on here. They're just terrible materials on here instead of elevating the shoe up, right? If they elevated the shoe up and made it better materials, made everyone like look and feel excellent, that would be like ideal, right? But then we're like in this consumer bubble of like, we need the, the latest J's or the, the latest holiday drop. We got it. And then it's like, it's not that good of materials. It's just terrible. And it's the same thing as, you know, the black cement threes. So I'm on the side of it where it's like, you know, the black cement threes, I knew it was going to be that. It's kind of inconsistent. The materials are not as good as, you know, the previous release and so on. But, you know, it's the black cement 3, at least they were released. I know that there's going to be some people that are going to be like, nah, I'm good on it. I don't want the 11s because the qualities are bad. You know, they made a million pairs of them. It's a white shoe as well. It's like an all white shoe with a clear bottom. So they're going to attract dirt as well. I feel like there's a lot of reasons not to buy the shoe, but there are obviously those reasons as well to be able to buy them. The fact that it is an Air Jordan 11 in the original colorway, there was only a handful of them that actually released back in the day anyway. So it's nice to be able to get a nice version of a retro version of it that looks and kind of feels like the original, minus, again, that quality of the materials. Anyway, you do have a black collar, and then you do have the 2-3 that's ironed on the heel of the shoe. You do have that Jumpman Jordan across the tongue as well. That little strip across the tongue is just so iconic. It's nice to be able to see that there. And then you do have the rope laces on here as well. The midsole is very wide, and then you do have that icy blue outsole along with that carbon fiber plate down here that is done in the Carolina blue and then black. You also do have some black traction patterns on the bottom of the shoe. What do you guys think about them doing like the vintage vibe to this model? I feel like it's like one of those things they did on a couple of the models. I think the white cement 3s, as I mentioned in my black cement video, would have been a perfect introduction of like a vintage sort of weathered, you know, black cement 3 instead of what we ended up getting. I think that the white cement 3s were amazing. The reimagined pair I think was fantastic. I don't know if they could have done it with this pair because of the white patent leather. And for those of you that have seen the white patent leather Air Jordans from the past, it's lemonade. It's like straight yellow. So because of that, you know, it's probably not the most appealing look. However, you know, I would say that it almost would add a lot of personality to the shoe, having it done that way. I'm not opposed to it. And I know that wave of like, you know, vintage is dead, or it's not like something that they're doing right now. But hear me out. I think that approach to this release would probably be better received. So it's like a little bit different than just the standard pair that we are used to. And again, I'm speaking from somebody that's been here for years and years, where I've seen over and over the same shoe. So for those people, they're probably right. This is the better way to go that are new because they want to have a new pair. They want to experience that feel of a new pair. So maybe do like a vintage version for like a smaller production run. You know, I'm not the expert by any means when it comes to releasing the product. I'm the consumer. And you know, I've overly consumed a lot of this stuff, so I'm not the target demographic anymore. Somebody out there that's watching this video going, dude, I want that shoe. Like, of course, I'm happy that they released them. You guys are probably more in line with the target demographic. But I think they did a decent job on this retro, minus the quality of the materials just looks a little bit lackluster in my opinion, at least for the leather panels on the side. Patent leather, again, is patent leather. It is what it is. But what do you guys think about the Columbia or the Legend Blue Air Jordan 11s? Did you guys pick up a pair for the holidays or not? I think it is a fun one to pick up. I don't think it was a necessity for myself this year. And the irony of me actually just picking up a pair because it was fate and I needed to get them. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to do it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get a pair of them. I'll probably end up selling my pair or giving them away on Whatnot in like January or something like that, because I'm working with them again to do some you know, some lives and stuff. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching. If you guys want to check out my other videos, click my name and then go explore the other videos on the channel. Have a good one. Hopefully see you back on the channel for some more stuff though. All right, peace guys.